to go first, y'all can just go back and forth a couple of times.
I'll go first.
All right. You ready, Andy?
We good? Obviously, you guys have had some tough games with Virginia. They're one of the tougher teams to play. Just kind of, what have you guys been working on? I know the offense hasn't been maybe up to standard in the last week, having a little bit of time off.
I think we're just kind of doubling down on our fundamentals, making sure, we're cutting with pace, having great energy, within our starts, and making sure everybody understands that the open man is the go-to man. The best shot, comes from the open man.
Regarding the cutting, kind of when you go back and look at the tape, what do you see?
Just the energy. I think we have to have energy, throughout the whole possession. We have to cut with a purpose, and I feel like when we cut with a purpose, the defense has to react to it.
It seems like you maybe haven't gotten off to the start that you would like this season. Has there been anything in particular that's maybe not been working for you? It seemed like you've had some shots rim out.
Yeah.
It isn't quite the normal Kyle that we saw maybe at the end of last season, really throughout most of last season.
Yeah. Like you said, I think they was rimming in and out, but they're good looks, and I can, take the good looks and, just control the controllables, keep putting in the work and keep believing it that they're going to go in. My teammates are finding me in great spots to giving me confidence, so the rest is going to take care of itself.
To ask about the cutting again, one thing I've noticed, and maybe this happens always, but it seems like defenses they're doing a good job just kind of getting your way and making that cut harder. Is that how it's always been, and kind of what's the counteraction for that?
Yeah, I think, we just have to play with more of a purpose, if that makes sense. Each of our actions, we have to go hard, from the start to the finish. We have to be deliberate with our passes, But I think it's been more of a thing this year just because I feel like teams are kind of loading up on us a little bit, but I feel like we have all the capabilities to turn it around.
When you guys, I imagine, took a little bit of time to kind of look at the way things are going, and there's been a couple of different guys that maybe shots didn't, like Lance is a guy, right, that everyone talked about a lot in the preseason. He's had a lot of shots rim out and that kind of thing. Is there anything you guys put your finger on why that happens maybe more than having those shots fall? Is it just the basketball wills?
Yeah, I just think it's the basketball guys. Sometimes they're for us, and then sometimes they're against us. But I do think, when we play hard on defense, those shots that usually rim out, they find their way in the basket. So, I think when we control our controllables, and that's usually defense, it's just funny how it works like that.
One place where it seems like you get some more points is just getting the line more. Is that something that coach is emphasizing in some way, or do you feel like is whether it's going to the basket and making them defend you or whatever it is, like how do you feel like that can be an area where that can be more successful for you?
Oh yeah, I think we just have to be in attack mode. Whatever action we're running, continue to play to the second and third side, and then the defense is going to break down. It can't all be first side shots because the defense hasn't rotated yet.
In terms of just kind of adjusting things, are there things you guys can do to get away from the elbow action in terms of maybe initiating the offense in a different way where teams can't undercut you as easily with the back doors and clog basically the middle of the court?
Yeah. I think, relying on our defense to create turnovers, so everything will have to be so pressurized in the half court. And so we can get out. I think we have really good guard play, really good guys who can play in the open court. So when our defense, translates into turnovers, I feel like everyone's going, it's going to manufacture points.
After the Clemson game, Coach Bassler had mentioned that two areas he thought he wanted to look at were transition offense and just guarding the ball on defense. Are those things that he's been focused on since you guys came back?
Yeah, I think this week has been very good for us, just cleaning up everything, but definitely, guarding, taking personal pride in our matchups and our slides, and just having our defense create our offense. I know I'm saying that a lot, but that's really what's been our emphasis.
What has practice been like? I mean, it sounds. I think he was saying it'd almost be like a camp again. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been, going back to the summer. It's no school, so we really have time to hone in on basketball and just kind of, lock in on our controllables and what we can do to improve. So it's been very good for us.
And with your time off, I imagine you were family. Kind of what was it like for you to be away a little bit?
Yeah. Oh, it was dope. Just being with my mom, being also with my godparents, my godbrother and sister. They came in town, so that was cool. To spend time with family, kind of get the ease off a little bit. That was very dope. So yeah, it was very much needed.
What was your favorite present you got?
My favorite present, some shoes. I'm a sneakerhead, so my family had got me some Adidas that were very nice. Hopefully, I'll rock them. I don't know when. I definitely gonna rock them in the game. I'll let you know when I rock them, though.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Colin.
Yep.
Appreciate it.